Yup matie kabino. La kelia ye.
Sam's Crisip oberongira mwera madano weng mare Uganda. Jami pa Sam's timapo likine obero Crisits melayata, Crisits megonja, cookies, odi, berenge kemukene mapola ta. Nong jami pa Sam's Snacks e supermarket duju mati lobaman. Sam's Snacks, noa pora memite.
Tabit manyen cheng barajan nian dua idong apa beach mwaka manyen furi 2024 bijuru wa atamuni weekend award mabet twal iwan TV kan yupwa meru pentin kilonya ne emakwar tien watio waiching a beach one wang watie set Mr. Larubi Benado Dugo Sara pat amiro jolo amiro yako in Sara rukla wai court devote Ivory Coast.
Yes, inge watimi mood megine Africa Cup of Nations. Kikobo entity lobo mamekwa Africa. So in solidarity, chalo la annually me Africa, la tien me Africa. Ambe na waje ni tien kong daga du bon. Chalo megine chalo pa Cote d'Ivoire. Lewa aneno one of the presenters on Super Sport. Oberu magena. She's a journalist, sports journalist. I think that is Carol Shabalala if I'm not mistaken. And be roke in orange and white.
You know me no be watch iwa wani part be wa roke orange. Para foi disso.
Foi.
Para o yellow.
Ana era de awful. Ana era de awful. Anyway, cho ni ning.
Acho mabe tutuan afoyo.
Be tutuan.
Weekend be mabe.
Weekend be mabe be ka kwar. Ngi ana cho ko dilu me wa ke Afcon. Dilu ego ni we acho ko ge full. Piano chawana tie.
You should have seen your friend Michael Wakoraj.
Damiro chera kaneno ne.
But still finals teacher Michel, so we can go and watch the finals.
Please.
Because Gen go your Cubs to go to the finals of Uganda Cup, and that will be the 13th title in case Gen go on Saturday. So Michael Kano no dan machal part in
rare game wang mia.
You should see my status part.
I watch one Jim Dog to Kumakuma and Luoro.
Come la nete we.
No again my wife. I kept remember watching it when I knew what Tiri Matoko Dilni. And I told you watching it Matiri
Matoko rugby ni. Again mono emo chanko.
Oh Matiri Tuero.
Emo chan mabino kero kanya.
She watching it to air to the lingo. Dog pick a PM there. Can I go for you which benefit you don't know in the shallow megan and now we
Hello, to a part when Sara in the again support may Afcon, but check in Timmy Mara. Angi pay mar di Mara and
no football year team Manama Mero.
Part Gilu
Nigeria.
No,
Abi Yero Nigeria tie. Eto Amaro Cote d'Ivoire Pelorachien. When I my belly training, I had a bit killer Remo Akikono. And then he was drumming. Say guys, anyone coming? I'm here hosting all my journalists, anyone who has come in. But
Chipping may watch. I should have looked for air ticket. We are not free home. What is wrong with you?
So Mupenyo, we have to keep clicking to your well, but I got first time me by the screen Kanano deal from the beginning to the end. And that's the only match, Madam Nero.
But Sarah la tour a bit look at what my show Pierre Jack. And this time Afcon, young no nene ketinera Afcon, Nano Tour Magiti Aki Premier League, to Magiti Aki La Liga. But this time,
Gitie only that Mapole Mano Gitur Maber in the Premier League. Jo Mapole Talanta Migidote tomorrow. Talent Mamegi look at people like and they are you. But Kumbet Itiki Victor Osman, who is one of our best foreign strikers in Africa. Maturoki Giane Napoli. Eno kwenye Napoli katiungi kobo megiane me Italian Premier League. Mabeno tirochalo top scorer. If you remember that crucial goal eno goal Napoli tiungi kikobo. Look at players such as Kudus, Ghana. The match as Ghana was beaten yesterday. Unfortunately, Putu Mabela, who I didn't see Kudus in that game quite very well. Kudus Turoki West Ham. Miami is one of the players actually who led to Gojopa Arsenal Football Club. So you can ideally tell so many other players. Look at players like Inaki to Machalo Koulibaly,
yes, Koulibaly,
Sadio Mane, yes, Sadio Mane kumbeti and left the Premier League man and German, where German then now he plays in Saudi Arabia. Talk about Mohamed Salah, talk about Mohamed El Nini of Arsenal Football Club, and so many more. Yeah, they are there, but only that. I think the generation, the likes of Kolo Toure, Yaya Toure, Didier Drogba, Kanu, Solomon Kalou, all those generation, Kumbeti, and we are
Samuel Eto'o, the older one.
Yes, Samuel Eto'o, who is now the president of Cameroon Federation. So in only old generation, anyone can go chair. Now we are into the new generation of the likes of Victor Osimhen. So it is now time to the likes of Victor Osimhen, Ginki Kudus, Gimenyo Tuwani now. Look, forget about the other generation. Generation Endonge Mekwadong, but we yet to see them in the Africa Cup of Nations.
Another thing, man, I'm confirming. In maybe remember Agi Cote d'Ivoire. Which one is the former name? Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire, Kelo Kinini. Era Nyema Chan, more original, more one on More is Ivory Coast.
Oh,
yes.
But I think Ivory Coast is the French meaning of Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's the meaning of it. It means the same. But however, Emma, just as we'll talk about a little bit of update for Africa Cup of Nations, disappointment, what here come the big teams?
Yes, yes.
Talk about Nigeria getting that draw.
1-1 with Equatorial
Guinea. Down Tamani, it was going to be a walkover, my friend. Ghana, Kigoyo, Ghana, Cape Verde, Ghana, Golari, you saw how Egypt was struggling Kerala war. So it clearly tells you the Africa Cup of Nations.
The reigning champions.
And my thinking at Guare. Being in competition, tika bir matere. Kino la ko lornika tour matere ke sporting and ke wela
yes.
Or where every person in the team is trying to make a do or die affair ni and kadong pa do in lovona mir team on wela. I think that's why people are playing. They're putting a mark.
All eyes on the AFCON. Super Lady Koni Chabo Wanotimi with details. But Dwonge weekend I know about the opening ceremony Africa Cup of Nations. Why be kanka kili? We updates ne ipwa me bapa one low mano Super Lady ayetika dorne. Kono wana unlock manyen matie kati me e campaign nyo e chawa me Rupiny tien kawanyo ako lock angea matie kati me. Kongo chaka chawa me ni po. Tien nindwe apa we beach de machel. Mwaka ali barioki apa we bungwen lock ma tema ranye kubolo bombom e Nairobi kan jirani wakan bombom me Nairobi ne pekiti kanyang nonika terorista yote matak enoni onyoko kiwache ne kubolo bombom e hotel mo makilone Justil Matie e city the heart of Nairobi. Kenya is not new to attacks me bombom. We po me 2013 ma unerodana e Westgate ne.
Yeah. Memories me Westgate by the up to now Emma Footy very fresh because video enemy atamoni maybe I shouldn't have watched video enemy because kina mana video enemy Gemino doing we are wakumbeti enemy we are Mail Fario ki aparo bungen machar Nairobi Berka Vuri Hotel not far away from Westgate. Amir wajini Emma the 4 days I was in Nairobi penati nino chunya wanyo tika tamone about that Westgate incident. Awa any hotel and tichoki Westgate and tamone I hope something doesn't happen. But however, lock majita 12 kilo pa Kenya lock pa bombom kulutima renyuti is one. Kenya take for us borders maduong to 12 ki Somalia. And research has shown it that Rutima Renyi Maduong enemy Mapuole Nongegi Aki Ilobo Somalia Kakenyo enemy the Al-Qaeda, the Al-Shabaab, Kingo Guinea so many militia attacks, groups makitika kere enemy. So atamoni Kenya game kong machel kong security wise guberu relax. And that's why now even after Westgate still attack hotel and Berutie.
Atam bekeno kanani the terrorists take advantage. Many Kamadano doing ye, King Omano take a team. Because the penny why are they more on the Kenyan scenario has been more of hotels. What really happens? The Westgate Mall Uberben Lokadana Maduong. What is their interest?
One American embassy in the 90s.
Back bombing. When get targeting Kamadano doing ye, so Kenya should work up on their security issue.
No one that part, Emma, terrorists pay gin targeting Kamadano not ye.
Of course.
Gian targeting Kamadung down doing ye sorry because objective ma meke ma chiel tieni umiero gin go nyaluora idano mario ket ka kunne ko dano maduong gitamo ni joma gin gitiki lok maraje kom gini go winyu nyoki kinege kom gigi winyu lok ma bet twal. That's why now why Uganda bene ke poyo ki story me 2010 the World Cup finals madano beru kaneno dili chadondo jomo kamo beru tie Ethiopian village. Yes Sanga madano taw ye gin go targeting ka madano dunye. And by the time a terrorist biunuka planning attack mameki kamadano doing no gin good timo investigations mameki even for 10 years giberu ka kenya energy nyoki madano ko kere security networks ning. In fact if I'm not even mistaken ne chalo bene sometimes gibiru gipen dan ma chalo pat why for instance kati security ni pat gena mameku beberu security briefing bebenin ini tamani tika locate normal civilian
kono do manyure kare bene par wati ne Kenya miro nen wana machal jirani be miro nen furu watika dile gi
yes exactly wana jirani as Ugandans one bero miro wa bed very vigilant miro nen ngoma tika donye lobo mamekwa ngama tika beri chokeri mono gina piere teptwa
gidwon ko bere ADF al shabab pingweng dong ki lornanye me terrorist kono ngwacha ko kilok manyen lok lobo headlines ngoma ti tinken ping kumbeti Kampala Uganda lo weng lok madong ti duk dana we lok menam summit ka choka madit makeru lobo mo ekan mapetika jenge ikom dul madong machalo UN gine ka choka ne tie ka chaka kumbeti speak resort munyonyo welum dong madwong go ojone una kira ki bir wai nam summit eneba tika overshadowing wa choga ma sara woni part. We are poor preparation which you're going to be dear. Kono piano in the power nano coverage and doing what while enter NAM summit prep and munyo kubiri dong beri why we put on him yak.
La wa chere gaba alega kelezi ya makiluoni St. Carol Luanga gaba Catholic parish. Amir watch security mati around me kikibuli ka Kenya enemy chair that stretch meti donya kere kansanga gaba ngongo gere wen it were tamani
border stages Sara.
They are right because one yen kenyo lokwa security mabet twal definitely kamadana chalo border guchoke ye enemy cham kene peberu be Mario kong amiro chako ki positives kara bibini negatives ka Kenya erani nam summit eni iwajo clear ni gwak nyoti ka shadowing the Commonwealth meeting muberti Uganda mono 2007 yes now Commonwealth heads of states meeting pingo me twar par ni doc enemy doc car was because the time a Commonwealth heads of state meeting bino kere Uganda no look pa social media kingongo gini no but there was huge coverage because Apoye by then were in secondary and about one of the students ki Kampala region magu beri debate palotino kwan and leaders because I was the head girl of my school Lutela mi Kampala students makifonyo give me debating ket me jolo ki welo gigone I remember I participated in the initial stage palotino kwan so anatamoni it was also very vital at that time but any tika kelulu tela ma aki wilo makar mi achel Commonwealth heads of state tikilo tela di around 50 something as again a mono jo mati association pa Commonwealth so why nam summit dia total en because tika kelulu tela ma aki Africa aki Asia aki ka kwene wen kara chelo so this one is more bigger compared to Commonwealth because of Dano Mati member association pa nam summit
yes
No, me adding wakina sara wajo. Komedi nam summit tika wat nyobo chakatin udiko eni. Ni ana Rio adek wanero guest mo beru kabino, welo beru kabino. Eto pole magudonyo maduo beru la wo. Chi gengo boda kitimo jimo kuma tiano magamento kar kweni. Eni mero beru chalo formalities jimo kuma kitim meri bachini po amero boda kan pigena kuman. Maki beru kamiyo guidelines kamo taka minna mo buwari ya kidong streets mo maki restricting atamane pe boda ni kibera luora ko inge convoy pa delegates kita war ko deni kibera wachini keno kene they are going to be rampage ngini boda keno kene control gipe chiki wachini they should try to minimize the uses of such kind of roads yomo kana tima ke waki dana mi teach ko de machenju ini ento yomo kana tima ke strictly
Restricting.
ke guiding
and na pe wati lo kom G77 anyway ti teme ka chelo nam furu burani picha biet enini adok G77 chake ana biri wat
summit
kada ha
there are 3 summits
okay biri wa kitika colliding ki so many things yapo airport yapo igene clock tower make yubo enini biri wa jimine wen kitika yubone no for nam but at time we just collided
Ngarmo wacha ni ka wele ti ka bino gang ke yubo gang mabet twal eto an bene la penya bene tieni pingo ikoro ka wele ti ka bino gang ko mier nek bueno kilo tieno ni
ungini de matiki dukan gi you entebe kenyi wa ni go get pavers nyim dukan
they told them one of the conditions maki minigi get pavers ma rio ka oti ko amara ma dek ti er mai painting ko mier painting kai be paint kai kwer ka painting ki fond de gola here and that is what they did. However, I think for me that's wrong. That's why I asked pingo ini ko kon ka wele ti ka bino ke nek gwera ke lo tinu ni yini miro nek gwera ki wele min tinu ni miro cham dek ma chol.
But also part before. Pavers mainti wacha ana ker and you in mega ko do in you in padano weng no despite the fact ni you in tinyim dukana. Ni mi ana ya paving.
No atamani gemote maraja the business community was not guided. PM ke Kacoke addendum a notice makikara newspaper last year on the 19th of September. Makimi notice only it darmati along that road ke bena ke notice it jomati Kampala. Especially areas ma guest ki war yeni. Now that is something we're arguing over the war. Ngarmo to kwanya evidence. Wajini let's look at this. People following. If they did not have the money, no good negotiating. PM there were 2 partners. KCCA o mi mamegi pi Kampala. We are nena kichako roughing up lotiano. Ki nena chabiro kara kitika makolotiano street kids kitika chokomera ta. Kidon ke mi bana.
Kichako gikter ko pat.
They la wo ki makolotiano early on Friday. On Thursday, ke marotiano ali bachel kimiario.
So why are they taking this
camping risa?
Remand home.
So
all along
for rehabilitation.
Now,
while the notice was there, implementation kita change is our problem. PM we only beneki watching go team, but you cannot complain. No, but we run very big structures. We can't do this. Same argument you any road reserve pagamente. Why should I be the one to do it for you and not you doing it? Because they are not my guest. They are not my guest.
For me,
why?
Eman part an argument mamega team at virtual enemy. Uganda kumeteke neno Kampala capital city mamega city madid but town wa madid me Uganda more mar to twal by the way. And okay neno potholes mati in Uganda. You really wonder, especially in our capital city.
Yes, actually,
even up to the city center, Kikome, city center,
Kampala.
In the heart of Kampala, Guriwati Parejo Tutwal. And then now, in near my bed, Tutwal in Kacoke Panamo, Bobino, G77, Bobino, China Summit, when Bobino. And you wait for 2024 January, my being in down I face period, down to Kacoke May school fees. In February this very year, it took a forcing the citizens new miero again go painting their homes manu Guriwati Marejo, and you're telling us ni are Ugandans. We know ni Jemi Peti Mabeje to twali Uganda and to let us not expose the bad things about our country. I quote the minister, more minister but make me information. Ma enko komoloro. For me I think one umiero kwa ma Uganda beyond welo. Welo umiero gen ku bin ku nen Jemi madunkiti Mabeje Uganda. Let the visitors not Kabiro kanoni guri ki yobo, hotel kitika yobo, or itika coaching journalists what to say, tika coaching media houses ngomagina, atamuni moro wanyurone, jo magitika to teach in the different parts of sector pagamente, pegi mari Uganda.
Abeka lokela phone money, la phone money beka watching my money is always correct. Kama mano bado nyoti mugino money, pay chair kachima waya kintano. Ichimu waya kigange logo be mor kigange art. Mamawa in this case is Loboame Uganda. Wangi ni potholes tio maraj, Jimmy Wing tio maraj, and wachim wang megi wang Uganda wa kikin map builu mati biana pegi uwe.
Wachimu wadi.
Gen matia yeni kirika wachimu onyopo wachimu. Tio jomo kaya madong gitimu mere gimoni kwa yini kirika team gimobo team pe. Era mera wachini will magitika bino pe wango ta nyopegi lo ming. They will definitely realize where there is a problem. Yan maka perda wo matika tuyo matika ne bene tuke nena ni in foot kikerango kikera so people have instinct maginero kwede
anyway
gen ma mere wachne achira yeni while we do all this, summit any, kita don waje kwerni. Ingeo kake logo bene gimon timaraj mirubeke waja da. Tamani next time, loka potholes, la wo better discussion, ke nero kumbe Sudil is trending. Sudil or revamping Speak Resort within no time. And I better penye kekena. I even posted a penye na kivu bote kumagadi. Marketing revamping. Nam summit around last year. And Sudil uchako tichot, uchako timabe. Kumberika don't wa loka potholes. Ante tamane kita don't cases here piramo tiako potholes ni. Kimi projects, kimi Sudil. People who are fast-paced on action
but they
to
said
fix
SFC
things
was
right.
going to do that. So Sudil, you're joining hands
No,
the SFC one.
I logo any on record. SFC piramoti yugen any. Wachi regule di ba peje. Kaunda ground ke miyochia na meyo po kaunda ground to elevate it to the level of international sitting ground. Chalo kololo. Billion miya chel kiwiye make kero meyo po ba kaunda ground to the level of kololo. Kumbeti ma logo na anti pavers ma odong lumbero cha atuye komge. How do you give it to such a person?
So we should.
So
party is saying Wakel Sudil.
Okel omi projects pagamente ma mero tij matek. Kiri wa petatora eno mer kemit Sudil. Wachi tiye. You don't put unserious people to handle government property. No. The statement me COVID do ni wewe nani simama hapo ni udugoche.
Anyway, you madiro to alme nam summit ka chake tinni nendo pa ya be juma chelo brio picha biara chelo lo yunge G77 summit bera chake nyonyo kuberke yobo wangwati okono manyene wa berke ker mekilene iwo kany kono wacher kumbeti e parliament kama kitika wachine dana magitika kwan ma mochwin pegitika donyo kachero kadoro parliament lok ini MP bakilwonye MP meburuli nyeti rwenyo wajbe wachilok ini ni pingo won mo kwan wotiki PhD Sara Winipat po certa chung ber MP. I commend you an kana yela ken gang kanye mir pachi mwangu an kana won anyway won jo do
one time
at least ni one dan wagiti PhD be na bu cer bu chung ber MP pen MP is the biggest thing ka cer ka mere policies and yet tenyo ki dana magugere S6. What kind of country are we putting out there?
The issue is umiero lu PhD biere gen kon yankok ma chel kong ni peko pa Uganda parliament me Uganda po bero ni kono jo ma PhD pere ye kono jo mo kwantwan pere ye peko pa Uganda tieni lu MP ma kichwali parliament me Uganda pe maro Uganda. They do not love Uganda. In fact, and I feel pity ka government take wa ina mier kifonya nywele me Uganda patriotism. And for a mere why need the patriotism near Kong the fund Lumema me parliament matutuale that belong to the national resistance movement. Because Giana Pegi Maro Uganda. Kumbeti enrique law about the road sector, law about community development and the rest. Kaichara law on the floor of parliament, the same member of parliament belongs to the NRM government, even if they are NRM party. I mean, Kadino only Gian Bene Gubelu PhD, they will be the same persons. Now, the Lugolobi, Peraki PhD.
Ramadan. Amos
Lugolobi. Peraki Karatach. So Kirma Erberoka locked it one the time he was a lecturer at MUBS. Which are government and so it is not about Karatany. Mario, Constitution may Uganda very clear for you to contest as a member of parliament.
Actually, I'm here.
Senior 6.
Ngatobeka wajilok in a bedo Ronald Akugizibi ma anti Buruli County MP Karma Reme Dr. Peter Babienda Martinongo PhD in economics.
So as a wind up before Pat comes in Kakenyo Anoni. Constitution mamekwa jomu yobu penchek me Uganda gina in 1995 penchek mamekwa dar machalu Imat Cecilia Ogwal dar machalu Rebecca Kadaga jo eno mier ki pengi kong pingo kong gin go nero ni kachung chal la mema me parliament mier bed ki senior 6 paper kere. I also want to agree ni in kabel la mema me parliament you need to have some minimal education beyond senior 6 because kay nero ken majo ene de ajo out matters on the floor of parliament you really feel pity why ni jo anono ko an institution mene. And so it is quite very hard for me, Kenya. And it should not be strictly PhD. The issue is, Mama Uganda to go to that house. Carry no need to have DP, kuni to have NRM, kuni belong to what? As long as you don't have patriotism in your heart, you are not going to serve. Pay big policies, mummy are promoting Uganda. For me, that's my argument.
Well, me met ne ki gina Sara wajo. Loka paraboro na tika kugizi wetika wachne. Ayeni out of the 550 something MPs, about 70%, 70 are in the lower class, S6 leavers. Manuti, out of the 70, 10 money, they are graduates. And then the other, 20 are graduates. And then about 10 are PhD holders.
Masters.
Masters, his argument here, while policies can be discussed, if you went and did masters in peace and justice studies, you did your philosophy, you have more concrete evidence to bring paperwork, your solid, a solution to research. Quality of debate is low. You have an S6 graduate. I don't know whether we are supposed to call them graduates or dropouts.
S6 graduates, what are you talking about?
No,
graduates senior 6.
S6, parliament. Kadongo o kuja beri meren wo kita change wo policies kita raising kwa bero pe entika wo watching level pa jomo kwano I parliament pe tie mabe total
amar lokane pia ina kong le chalo what attorney general motoni Dr. Ayume a whole doctor committee parliament ti chairing or committee pa
health
manyuti Jimmy Wang ma ente watching committee and take experience here take knowledge take engage ma diet ma tot so in super lady beke chair may take PhD masters ni ngoni ikere committee ni money no gen meeting lokona ingeyu
era ni gira chwa 100%
yes
tutwale but an argument ma mier mere kum lok pa honorable tieni Kari machas watika mir jomo kware parliament. Eto ema jomo kwane parliament achel eni bene. Ti jomo kene matika nyuano jemi maduong tutual. For instance, look at Dr. Honorable Sarah Opendi Kumbeti. Matika wachini umiergikel bill kum stopping alcohol in Uganda. Eto ma bene ngema bene Uganda breweries, Nile breweries, the rest of them, Gina get the leading taxpayers in Uganda and China pa tax enni. So sometimes policy is more miracle enni umierkong wanen kong. Now apart, just a moment. In what you look for research, MPs get a budget. They need to employ research assistants. Make on you in case in Emma, Jalo Anasara, capability me translating, interpreting policy and attack. Why can't I employ? What they do, they go also for fellow senior 6 dropouts to be their research assistants or to be their personal assistants.
Canada, I don't know why you're watching local alcohol policy in America. You'll be able to do Uganda. So, anyway, Emma, this I will speak for my own self. Ne, pero mawatikwere Uganda is not the MPs we sent. Pero mawatikwere Uganda, Jomabolo kui. Me a chill, when they are doing nominations, give me any water nga. Take a chilia D. Go many one. Once good tikumano, get you yugi mo can with parliament, as long as their interest has been fulfilled. La chien winning our cock, ay yange, can po actual, can po team money. Each one of your me so kind.
And Kaki Cokumero Direko can give me.
Diribana Kafuda, Nara Chili Furudugo, Cherokee Wiru Wangio, Genagemierne, Tin Wachamonga. We will only dire, so that is where we have a problem. The people in parliament have no problem. The people who have the problem is Jomuchualogi parliament. Onyolo tela mati kumbe de weng. Kangar mati ko ay la tela wani dong tuan la ming maraj. Ipenye kekeni in mi bolo kuini bape la kwe. Yem ine chualo ba.
But we ngeni in ke kwana tutual bene ki wajani ene do kwana tutual bu.
En won mo kwana tutual be cha kana no utiki diplomacy mo ne kenyi po mero lokka wo ka geno mo ne dai. A
civilized person is supposed to be like that.
Jo ma pe ko kwana tutual gi waje jemi in the way it is.
Mero wabet kan tankara skalu zake.
No, Pazakani level it.
No, I cannot be part of that. Out of here.
Politics men are better mano. Diplomatic people get maraj. In no go link, it reaches a kiloni condensation level, man no miro much anyway. Get cat maraj mada.
And with my young mochal put don't talk in on ya full. Where can
you just love violence, I swear.
Amar Yero mera do.
So me you every time Kacoke tika yelo me Anita Mong in chuji yom gera to all gera why that is the policy maker.
No, but of course
Amar Gilbert Olanya which way you can get to comment.
At least Gilbert Olanya kept with the facts. Let me tell you, with Gilbert I'm defending even Odonto bere but zake ke penya ko wiye ko ket kon policy adi mayano katike reflow me parliament.
Anyway, kumbeti MPs kita watching ni mon mau chui nyut walim PhD pe po tika cer ka chume bero MP wati ka nyako loke kan wa ko wayu mano ka da ko dukam bo mete ki boko loko metem.
Yup mai beru kaneno ne lekelia ye
Sam's Crisip oberongira mwera madano weng mare Uganda. Jami pa Sam's timapo likine obero Crisits melayata, Crisits megonja, cookies, odi, berenge kemukene mapola ta. Nong jami pa Sam's Snacks e supermarket duju matilo baman. Sam's Snacks, no apora mamite.